What's going on, nerds? Sorry I'm late. I'm very late today. Not only did I not get out the sub version early, so this is all gonna come out on the same day for everybody, but now it's like 9 hours past when I normally post it when I'm recording this. I don't know how late it's gonna. I'm gonna try to get it out before the night ends. Before the clock hits 12, at least. But I apologize for being late. I have been feeling like shit. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice or not. I don't know if I sound nasally, but I've had a really sore throat, and I've just been really like fatigued. So I've kind of been sleeping in later than usual this week. Of course I don't wake up before like 11 on any given day. So your moments like that where I'm gonna have to clear my throat a bit. I'll try my best to turn away from the mic, or I'll cut it out if I do it into the mic by accident. But yeah, I hope you're doing well. My week has been a little eventful. I'll say it has not been a bad week. I've made friends with a lot of people. I have my cast for this Sunday's show ready to go. Just have to make some infographics and stuff. And the TikTok blew up. And the new Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl game came out, so it's been a pretty good week. I must say, it's been a pretty good week. Sorry. Got a yawn. But yeah, I hope you're doing well. I think this upcoming week's gonna be pretty fun as far as stream goes. I got an undercover Tinder thing coming out tomorrow. And then we have the first episode of Downvote Sunday. And then I think the following, not this coming Saturday, but the Sunday after. Or Saturday, not Sunday, fuck. See, even my brain is off it. The Saturday after, I'm gonna be on Afghan's Deal or No Deal. I don't know if that information is publicly available. But let's just cross our fingers that Afghans does not listen to this podcast. Fingies crossed. And then, what else? What else do we have to talk about? Is there any, like, news? Is that what I should turn this into? Kind of, it's like a time log, so you can look back on this and see what was happening this week. I don't know. I don't really know what happens. I think they found the Zodiac Killer. That's what happened this week. They just found him. They were just like, hey, it's this guy. And everyone was like, okay. I don't know what we're supposed to... The guy's dead, so it's not like we can do anything. But, like, I guess the families will have closure. I get that part, okay? I'm just saying, like, I don't know why that's... I mean, it's newsworthy. Okay, never mind. I just don't care. I think that's the only answer I'm coming to there. I just don't care. But yeah. What else? Shane Dawson just posted a YouTube video, I guess. His first one back. Don't know what that's all about. Gonna have to watch that when I'm done. Squid Game's huge. The Mets are winning the championship. I don't know if they are or not. I just said that. I don't even know if they're in the playoffs. Squid Game's huge. And I've been watching it, and it's a good show. It's fine. But I think people are letting it take over pop culture, as does every new Netflix show that comes by. You know what I mean? It was what was it? Stranger Things, What else was in Netflix shows that like that took over? Fucking Outer Banks, Tiger King, Sexual Education, a couple other shows. Like they just Netflix manufactures like culture for the next like 6 months and then leaves to do it again. It's crazy. Should really be there genuinely should be a study on that. Because they know how to create the best phenomenon. I don't know how. Because the shows aren't, like, some of them aren't even that great. But, you know. I don't know. I don't know how they do it. They raised a generation on their platform, and now they're just, like, ruining everybody's mental state by just being like, here's your personality. Here's your self-growth. This show. It is applicable to everybody, and everybody's like, yes, it is. Sorry. I'm being very pessimistic. Well, anyways, speaking of pessimistic, it's time to read your guys' messages. I'm joking. No, you guys aren't pessimists. You guys are just need help. Maybe you don't need help, but you want help. Or you just want somebody to listen to you. You want somebody to listen to you. Yeah, that's what I meant. Okay. Let's start. By the way, for those who don't know, I'm currently reading from a Google form that I'm going to be linking in the bio. I linked it in the bio in the last video. I decided that that's what I'm going to do from now on as well. There's also a channel in the Discord that has this form if you would like to click on it and submit your name, user, pronouns, or you don't have to. It could be anonymous. And then you submit the question or topic that you want to speak about. So, I have Jumbled Liam here. Liam. Maybe I should, I don't know. I mean, once we say Liam, we kind of know who it is, right? Liam. All pronouns. You know the dealio is what Liam says. And they say, yo, chump. Big man, if you will. This isn't really anything related to stream, but I would like your advice on it. I forgot the comment of the week. Any avid fans of the comment of the week are not going to like this. They are not going to be. Jesus, shut up, man. Holy shit. Who had a good comment? Oh my god, this whole interaction. I'm screenshotting it. This is perfect because we're reading Liam's message right now, but let me show you our comment from last week. Holy shit. I'm currently on Vic's Tinder. I'm currently running Vic's Tinder. And there are some very aggressive men, I will say that. They just do not stop. I've never felt so desirable in my life. It's crazy. Okay. Here is the message strand. The comments of the week last week were Jumbled Liam. Oh boy, I got on the show. I'm currently writing an essay on dialectical materialism and the impacts of American propaganda on our labor markets for my English class. Squidlicker Stevens says, where were you on January 6th? Liam says, I would rather not answer that question. I have no correlation with anything that happened on that day. We reinstated the correct president. I mean, the insurrection. That was good. That was, I must say, that was silly to read. That was rather silly to read. Sorry. I like that. I genuinely laughed my ass off when I read that because it just came out of nowhere. It came out of nowhere, just literally. I'm currently writing an essay on blah 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 blah. Where were you on January 6th? I'm just gonna do that from now on. I'm just gonna randomly pop the question to people. Just to see if they have an alibi. Anyways, back to Liam's message. So I had a, how do you say, teensy-weensy negative interaction with one of my IRLs a few months ago. We agreed to distance ourselves from each other until ultimately stopped talking to each other. They were one of those kinds of friends who I got into a cycle. Jesus, sorry. There. Some of this is typo. Some of this is my brain just being terrible. They were one of those kinds of friends who I got into a cycle of getting really close to each other for a while and then less so a while after. Anyway, I told them that after a few months that I'd get back in touch with them to see if anything had changed. But I'm a little hesitant too, since I don't think anything has really changed, and they've gone chronically online over the summer, and I don't know what to think about that. The last time I talked to them was late May, and since then, the friend group that I was in with them has practically fallen apart. So Chumpers, should I reach out to them soon? I've been fine with what's going on, but I'd still like to see if the relationship could still work, and would like to get your opinion on it. Thanks. Sorry if this comes across as trauma dumpy, but that isn't what I'm intending to come across as. I'm just genuinely curious about the situation I'm in. I will say, sorry. When it comes to this podcast, you can submit whatever you want. Within reason. Don't like if you need to trauma dump to get it across, do a little trauma dump. It's not like a live stream where we're having fun and doing a whole bunch of goofy stuff and then you're like, I killed my parents. Like, okay, don't, you know what I mean? But also in these forums, don't confess to anything that's like highly criminal, maybe. Don't do that. And also do not make it directed. Those are my two preferences. Do not admit to like murder or like something like that. I hope none of my viewers are murderers, but I guess you never know nowadays. And then secondly, don't be like, this is because of you. I had, gonna just do a quick verbal trigger warning, for self-harm. But there was somebody during a stream, who basically, they said that they cut their wrist and carved my name into the wrist. That's something they said in chat during a live stream. I sat with that for the next 2 days. It's still like, I think about it sometimes, like, cause I don't know if they were serious or anything. But for those next 2 days, it was like basically all that I thought about. And I had streamed one of those days. So there's some things that, trauma dumpy, you can talk about sad shit in your life, but please don't do anything like that. For the love of God. Anyways, Liam, sorry to completely derail from what your problem is, which is way less serious than whatever I just said. So, I don't really know. It depends on how you feel about the situation. If, in my opinion, if you're fine without them, I think there's too many people out there in the world that you shouldn't be fighting to keep any given person, unless like you really, like them. Like, what I see here is that you don't really know if you like the person that they've become, and you want to see if it can work. Why do you... I personally, I don't like being in too many friendships where I can make it work. There's too many people that I can befriend, you know? And so why wouldn't I pick a friend that I don't have to make it work, I just like them? You know what I mean? And I think especially in online spaces, you have so much option. You have people in real life if you really felt like it. There's apps like Bumble that can help you meet friends. I mean, shit, there's so many things you could do just to meet people. You could go on Tinder and meet friends. You can just say, I'm just looking for friends in your bio, and just have it set to both, or you know, all genders, whatever. Or I think you're in college. I don't know how often you like to go out, or how comfortable you feel going out. But you know, you can always meet people at libraries, and you can meet people in your classes and stuff like that. I think you see how I'm presenting, there's so many ways that you can make other friends. And just personally, just for me, I'm not one, unless it's somebody I've known since I was a child. If it's somebody that I became friends with maybe halfway through high school, I'm not gonna fight to keep that friend, you know? And if it's the whole group and there's a whole bunch of drama, you're only gonna cause yourself more stress. You have life to worry about. You have your own life. I think this time especially is really good to focus on yourself and making friends that you want to keep until your 30s. You know? And if you have genuine strong ties to this person, then it's your choice. Then you are probably really annoyed by what I'm saying, if you really like them that much. But if you find yourself agreeing, then you probably have your answer. You know? Isn't that a funny thing? When you ask for advice from somebody and they start giving you the thing that you don't want to do, so then you start clawing at any other option, and they're like, no, I don't think that's the right. Then you obviously just want to do the other thing. You don't need advice. You just need confirmation or affirmation that you should do the thing you want to do. So if you felt completely comfortable with whatever I said, Liam, you should just not talk to them. You should just work on yourself. And if you got really disgruntled by what I said, then you should probably give it another shot. Anyways, I hope that helps. Let's see, we have this person, they do not want to give out their name out of pure fear, but their pronouns are he, they. So that is just what we got. How do you open up about something traumatic? I won't specify what, obviously, but I have trouble letting people know what's going on. I tend to hold things in till I explode. So I was just wondering if and how you deal with that. Have a lovely day. Thanks for reading if you did. That's a good question. That's a really good question. I usually just tell random people on Tinder. No. But imagine I think it depends on time, place, and person. Time, place, and person. All depends on how you go about that. I think letting somebody know that you need to talk about something and pre-planning when that's going to happen so that you have a day to look forward to for it, and putting yourself in a comfortable situation, not out somewhere in public where you're afraid that you might be easily upset, or maybe you have a favorite spot that you want to go to that'd make you feel more comfortable, so you do want to do it in public. In providing yourself that time. I think a big issue that has kind of become the norm online is that people will just wait till 4 a.m. and let out everything without real organized thought, and kind of end up coming out. No, letting it kind of pour out. And so they become a bit more, how do you say? Hard to understand, I guess. I've had it happen to me a lot. I usually end up being, I guess, amused for sort of stuff like that, or I had been in the past. But I've heard a lot of people's really sad stories, And I think I would have preferred if we had kind of had it so that I knew what I was going into. Because the thing is, as much as you feel bad for just bursting open one day and letting, your lived experience out like that, the person who's listening doesn't want to be caught off guard by something like that. They want to be prepared to be in a more supportive mindset or something like that. But I've had people where I'm playing a game in my free time, and they pop off something like that. And it's not that it's their fault for bothering me while I'm gaming. It's more that I wasn't in the right mindset to be prepared for support or nurture or care or whatever you want to call it. I was gaming. You know what I mean? It's like I said, you can set time for yourself to do something like this. And you don't have to tell your friend, hey, I have to tell you about a really traumatic experience. But you can be like, hey, can we talk about something serious? This Saturday? Whenever you get a chance. Hopefully sometime within the next week. And, if that's capable of being in person, if that's online, it's up to you. It's like I said, put yourself in a comfortable situation, because the talking about it, is hard enough. Try to make it so that you're in the most ideal situation possible. And don't make that ideal situation just not talking about it. It's good. It's really, really good to talk about these things. Not to everybody. That's the side effect of Twitch, is that you should say all of these things to everybody all the time. You probably shouldn't. When they said shut it from the rooftops, they didn't mean in the JustChump Twitch chat room. They meant the rooftops. Just go to the... Jesus, that sounds really dark. Don't do that. shout it safely inside of a room towards a window. Okay? Do that. Yell in that direction of a open space safely from like sitting down on a couch or something. Jesus. But yeah, I think just understand that it'll vary the responses of what you talk. No, how do I say it? Of who you're talking to with your experience. That's the easiest way to put it. I know some people who hear sad stuff and their immediate response is to put on something happy or be goofy or be funny. I'd say that's closest to mine. If I'm caught off guard, I'd say is kind of my response because I don't know what to. I'm not in serious mode yet. But some people will take it and they'll just kind of be upset with you. You know? You guys can kind of, I guess, mourn it together. I don't really know how to say it, but you know, you get it when it happens. Some people are very kind and uplifting. Some people have their 2 cents to throw in. Some people probably won't be happy. I don't know. It depends on who you're talking to. So make sure the person that you're talking to is the person that you think will support you. Or that you'd hope would be there, you know? I know some people go, well, I don't know if I could talk to blah 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 because blah blah blah. If it's somebody you think you can trust, if it's somebody that you think has respect for you and you have respect for them, I think you're in the clear. I think it'll be okay. You know? But yeah, just make it much more normal. Like I said, I've met friends at 3 p.m. for coffee to talk about traumatic experiences. I've met people over breakfast about serious topics, stuff that's going on in their life. You don't have to make it this taboo, you know, werewolf at night shit, where one day it all explodes and now it's the worst night of your life and blah blah. Just, just treat it a little more casually. Just when it comes to addressing it. Obviously, your trauma is your trauma and you deal with it how you wish. But I think when it comes to talking about it, it doesn't have to be this big momentous occasion. I think for some people that makes it worse. Drastically, I'd say. For some people that is a much worse situation than it has to be. But I think that's all I got for that one. Alright. I wish you well, and you are appreciated, you are cared for. Thank you for asking a question. Let's do a little goofy one before we go, because I feel like that second half was pretty heavy. So this question's from Honey Amy, pronoun she they, and Amy asks, Pokemon versus capitalism. And see, I don't know what this means. Because while it could be Pokemon, what's better, the game Pokemon or the economic structure capitalism, I'd like to think of it as who would win in a fight, all the Pokemon or all the capitalists, in which case it's easily Pokemon. Pokemon are walking the fucking dog with capitalists. Easily. Easily. Charizard is taking out probably all of America. Charizard's got that shit locked down. Rayquaza's probably cleaning up fucking Europe. You know? I think Snorlax could sit on half of Asia. And at that point, I think you send in fucking... who? Blastoise for the other half. Right? You can get Palkia and Dialga to cover Australia. Australia, mate. You can get Garatina to take out Africa. Oh, and who takes out South America? Just Pikachu. Just Pikachu. And that'd be it. That's all the Pokemon they need. In my opinion. But, you know. Anyways. That's all I got. Thank you for hanging out. Please drink some water, eat some food, get some sleep, do your homework. I'm proud of you and whatever you got going on tomorrow. I believe in you. I appreciate you. And I will see you next week. Again, sorry about the late episode, but I promise if I was in better shape right now, it would have came on time. All right. I'll see you guys later. Friday at 8 p.m. EST, I'll be streaming. Be there. As is every Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday. But be there. Alright. Goodbye.